What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and welcome to episode 58 of All Hail the King. In today's episode, we're going to be featuring the Superior Spider-Man, the latest Lockbox character, and we have 3 awesome team-ups for him. So stay tuned for some amazing battles. But first, for anyone who missed it, you can check out the corresponding podcast, and I'll place a link to that in the description below. Now moving on to our very first team up, we're using Superior with the amazing Spider-Man alternate costume. This costume is pretty epic because it has the Web Slinger passive. This says Spider-Man gains a chance for an extra turn after performing a follow-up attack or counter. So first of all, Superior Spider-Man does provide fumbling. Then on top of that, we're using the Infiltrator version for the Amazing Spider-Man. But that's not all. My agent also has something special up his sleeve. We'll get to that in just a moment. First of all, with Dr. Spidey, we're going to use his superior webbing on the enemy agent. Building up your webbing is one of the great aspects when using multiple Spider-Men. That's because with each new application, you get a stronger web. Eventually you'll end up making your opponent have to pass their turn. So it's a much needed stun, but even better. Now here we are showing you the Web Slinger passive, and with my agent, we have the Tactician Safeguard suit. This means we can use a debuff as a quick action once per round. That will allow us to use the Grimoire of the Dead and place flanked on the enemies. That debuff can work wonders for this team and setup. First of all, because you can still use the Superior Combat Sensor as a free action, and with flanked, that will provide a follow-up attack. In this case, we get it interrupted, but it would have done so. Then we can still attack with the Relentless Rapier as a stealthy attack, and if we needed, we would get another follow-up. In that case, no extra attack was needed. Next, the Horseman of Pestilence goes after our Spidey, and we dodge it plus get a counter. As you can see, this does give us another turn because of the Web Slinger passive. So with our first attack, we'll use a web shot, but unfortunately we do hit our own Superior Spider-Man. Then with our next attack, I'll use our level 6 on Enchantress. Because of flanked, we will get a web shot. And not only that, our passive procs once again, giving the Amazing Spider-Man yet another turn. So he will take her down all by himself. Then after that, I'm going to use Superior Armaments on Beast, and that's because of the Open Wounds debuff. Sadly though, we hit our own agent instead. Well, on his turn, we'll use Combat Sensor, and that is a free action. This will still give us a follow-up attack as I pointed out, and so we're going to do a massive Brawl. The bleeds will knock us out as well, but we win the match. So there's our first team up, and the Spider-Men are pretty impressive. For our second team, we're going to be using Hybrid. Some things are the same as far as, well, we're facing another Pestilence Beast and Enchantress team, which is extremely popular these days. We also have Flanked, which is going to go on the entire enemy team, courtesy of the shifting AISO on Hybrid's level 9. The Bruiser Hybrid also of course causes 3 stacks of bleeding, and so with that, the Superior Spider-Man is going to take advantage of all that bleed. My agent this time around is using the Tactician Empowered Armor and the Small Hadron Collider. This allows us to gain Microanalysis as a quick action. Well, more specifically, the Quick Empowered ISO weight does. And then we can still use the Combat Sensor as a free action. Next I'll use the Relentless Rapier, and because of flanked, we get a follow-up on Beast as well. So far it's going pretty well, but it would have been even better if the Combat Sensor went on Beast, and we got the follow-up attack. Still, he does attack us, and we get to counter. This puts the Horseman of Pestilence on death's door, and because of that, we went with the Dr. Arachnid. Unfortunately, I didn't pay attention to the enemy agent being a protector. But hey, it's still a pretty decent hit, and it has hemorrhaging. The bleeds seem to be coming in really handy, and this just in, Hybrid's still an amazing character. Hopefully no one forgot that, but it does happen. Now, as Enchantress is picking on Superior Spidey, I do have to say, the fact that he continually hits with superior webbing really does help out against characters with multiple attacks. You see, the whole time he's building up webbed, he can actually end up interrupting their attacks by forcing them to recharge. And now, with Hybrid, we're going to use Agony, which has hemorrhaging attack. We would love to hit Pestilence Beast, but the enemy agent's going to protect once again. Still, we're going to do the initial damage, then cause hemorrhaging, and also get a backstab follow-up. Not to mention my agent joins in with the Relentless Rapier. Oh, and he unfortunately punches Hybrid as well. But after all of this, I believe due to downgrade, after the enemy agent uses Momentary Advantage, he has to recharge on both of his turns. So that was pretty incredible. With our agent, we'll next use Microanalysis once again, then our free action, and you know what, I love having a quick action and a free action in my build, which goes on Hybrid again. But hey, at least this attack doesn't deal damage. Then because I don't want to miss or have anything crazy happen, and also because it's a pretty decent option, we're going to go with the Supershear Earthquake from the Small Hadron Collider. This will knock out Beast, and then with Enchantress's dots, she is almost taken out on her turn. This time Dr. Arachnid will do the trick, as it hits both enemies. It also leaves the agent at a very low health total, so Hybrid has no problems taking him down. 2 Enchantress and Pestilence Beast teams up, and 2 down. Now for our third and final team up, we're using Anti-Venom. And this time we're facing the Age of Ultron Avengers. The evil enemy agent gets to go first, and he uses his Signpost. He'll follow that up by using Satellite Support, which is much better than getting hit with the Hotshot. I understand why he has Satellite Support, but it's tough with the AI controlling. My agent would have taken it anyways, but on Superior Spider-Man's turn, we're first going to use Superior Armaments, and we get a Rapier follow-up. Then after setting up those bleeds, we're going to use our level 2, which has deadly crits and exploits bleed. This time the Rapier almost takes the enemy agent down. But the scary part of the match has come up. It's a Blaster Thor, and he uses Hammer Throw. Luckily my agent barely lives. And by the way, this time we are using the Vigilante Mask and the Hugin's Eye, so it's a slight change up on our setup. The Vigilante Mask is a quick action, and it reduces damage from counters and follow-up attacks, increases accuracy, gives us a chance to avoid single target attacks then counter, and it also grants us Spider Bite. Arachnid set pieces gain guaranteed crit, guaranteed hit, and increased damage. So it's a very solid quick action item. Still, as you noticed, we use the Blackest Void to remove Strengthen from the enemies. And then on Anti-Venom's turn, we'll take out the enemy agent before he gets another turn. Yes, I know our agent's already gone, but I'm not worried. We do happen to have a Tactician against a Blaster, so we're going to use our level 6, then our level 2, and with that we've done a decent amount of damage. We're going to eat a hammer, but we also get superior webbing. Then of course the Chain Lightning procs continue. And the same thing will go after Hulk attacks. Remember though what I said earlier in this video about characters that continually attack and our webbing build up. The other cool thing is we finally get a Meddling Idiot's proc. Then after a Titanic Hurl leaves us alive, we get another superior webbing. A Thunderclap still can't take down Superior Spidey, so our third webbing proc is going to basically take Hulk out of commission. As you can see, he now is unable to use range, buff, or debuff abilities. He has a chance for attacks to fail, and is unable to use melee abilities. Oh, and he also has a Stern Lecturing. So to be honest with you, he's going to be pretty useless. But we will still get him within knockout range. And we'll do that by using our level 6 Crusade. Following this attack, Superior Spidey should get 2 attacks, hopefully taking down Thor, and then also being able to work on Hulk. So first of all, a Superior Swing does the job. Then after that, we could have used his level 2, but instead, we went with Superior Armaments. In retrospect, we should have just used his level 2, but it's not like Hulk can use any abilities anyways. And this will leave Anti-Venom to finish him off. So that's how this one's going to end, and I hope you enjoyed the Superior Spider-Man team-ups. I'd like to thank you all for watching and ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. Then until next time, good luck and take care.